Hey, hello, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to introduce you to a special product. This thing got sent out to me recently by a company called Freewell. Now you may know these guys for ND filters for your drones and stuff like that, but recently they've been dipping into the market of doing ND filters and things like that for our normal cameras. But the product they sent out to me is far from normal. This thing has so much functionality, so many things built into it. I'm excited to show you guys this thing. So let's open up this box here and talk about exactly what we have on our hands, if I can open it. Okay, so when you finally manage to open the box, inside you will find this nice little neat case here, which I think is pretty cool. It's a hard case, and we open this up and we are met with all these lovely filters. Now obviously I'll show you some nice overlay so you can see what's going on here. But what product do we have here? What is this? Now on this channel, you know, we do filters and stuff like that, DIY ones, companies send some out, but this one is quite unique. I haven't had anything like this on the channel yet. So basically what you get is a whole assortment of filters here, and they magnetically connect onto your camera. So initially you screw on this first part, which is like the red ring part. You screw this onto your lens, right? And then from there you have loads of different other filters that you can magnetically connect onto it. So let's talk about those filters and exactly what you can do. So first of all, you have this internal one inside here, which is the VND base. I'm not sure what ND that's set up, but it looks like when I'm looking through it here, it looks like it's set to just one stop, right? And then on top of that, you can just connect the next filter. The next filter I've got connected here is the 2 to 5 stop CPL filter, which is pretty cool. And then on top of that, you can then add another filter on top and then another filter on top. But let me tell you exactly what you get inside of this pouch here of all the combinations that you can make. So it makes more sense rather than me just talking about how much stuff you can bang on top there. So inside this Filmmaker's package, there is so much versatility. First of all, you get a 2 to 5 stop ND filter. You get a 6 to 9 stop ND filter. Then you can combine them together to get an ND 32, right? It's also got a circular polarizing filter in there. There's 1/8 mist filter in there. And then obviously you can combine those all together to make loads of different combinations. So essentially you can walk around with an ND filter that has a circular polarizer on it and a mist filter all in one unit that just clicks together and works its beautifulness. So like me, you may be asking, how does this all work? Don't things cancel each other out and stuff like that when you're putting these kind of filters on? And yes, they will. So there's kind of a proper instructional way of how to do this. I'll leave a link below on the professional way of doing that. But what I found is there's certain filters that you have to flip around, if you know what I mean. So when you have this filter on your lens, for instance, let's take this one out. Oh, hold on, let me just talk about this lens cap. How dope is that for a lens cap? I mean, whew. I mean, it's just a lens cap to keep things safe, but it looks so cool, right? So let me just grab these filters and show you what's going on here. Okay, so right now on this particular kit here, I have my base plate, right? So here's my base plate, which you can take out at the front here. There's like a little clip, and we can pull this base plate out. Just don't want to drop this out in the field here. So now we just left with the ring, right? And then the base plate here is a variable ND base plate. So basically you can change these out. You can either have the variable ND that slots in here, or this is where you can slot in the mist filter. So right now I have the variable ND, which is going in there. So now I have, which looks like half a stop or one stop. It's not really a large amount there, right? The next filter that I was about to attach onto this thing is if you can see that here, 2 to 5 stop circular polarizing filter. Now let's move my hand out the way here. 2.5 stops on this side, and then on this side it's a circular polarizer. Quite confusing, right? So let's get this to work. So right now we have our VND base plate in there, right? Now you'll notice on these filters we have these little markings. I'm not sure if you guys can see that there, but I will go in closer for you. You have these markings, and this is where we can have hard stops on our filters, which is pretty cool. So you mark these up a certain way. So let's just bang this on here. I think the A touches the A for this particular one. Okay, So right now I have the circular polarizer in there. So when I connect the circular polarizer, I make sure that the A hits the A. Is that right? So what you want to try and do is match those two things up as you put it on. If you give it a little swivel, you'll feel it should lock into place somewhere. Okay, there. So that's how you know that you're connected up correctly, right? And then it will spin and then hit another hard stop. There. Background, hit another hard stop. So now we have the variable ND on our hands. As you can see, as I twist this around, it will get darker, you know, pretty typical. So this is 2 to 5 stops, right? So if I take this off, flip it around the opposite way, make sure those markers match back up again. Let's find those once more. I believe that's the one. So now when we flick it around, you'll notice a complete different kind of color tone to it now. Now it looks a little bit more bluish because now we're doing a CPL. And as I turn this around, it no longer gets dark. Now it's being used as a circular polarizer. I mean, this is quite ingenious, right? So as you can see, there's a lot of combinations you can make with this kit. Now, Freewell, I think, are pretty smart with this. They've kind of engineered this so it works for people like myself. When you run and gun and you're just on the go and you're trying to think of, oh, do I have this filter? Do I have that filter? To have it all in one unit is pretty cool. I think it's a pretty smart idea, and I've hit the ball on the head there. Right now, what I have in my hand is the mist filter. Now, I know a lot of you guys will be interested to see what this mist filter looks like, so I'll give you guys a bit of a demonstration right now. Mist filters are all the rage right now, so to see what other companies are doing with those is a good thing. So this is actually pretty cool. I just realized. So this is a mist filter with a bit of ND attached to it. I don't know why I'm doing that with my eye. So it's not just a mist filter, it's got ND inside of it as well, which is pretty cool, because 9 times out of 10, we're always using ND. We're always using the mist filter on top anyway. So have that permanently on there just to take a bit of edge off. It's pretty cool. So let's show you guys how that looks. Okay, so this is my lens, completely raw, without any ND, without any mist filter on it. Let me just screw this thing on for you guys so you can see how that looks. Actually, hold on. Let's do a little experiment here. Let me just stand back. Let me shine my torch. Is that on? There we go. Now, obviously, a mist filter will kind of have the little aura around this little torch here, and it should soften the skin on the face. So what I'll do is I'll do this as a little demonstration, and I'll probably do side by side on screen for you guys so you can see the difference between the filter and no filter. Let's move in nice and close so you guys get a good look on what the light looks like. I mean, it's be out of focus right now, but you get an idea, right? Mosquito. Yeah. All right, so let's put the filter on and see how that one looks. Let's do it as we speak here. Boom. Okay. Let's try and screw this on without it dropping onto the floor. Can I do it? Okay, I think that's on. Okay, cool. So now this is with the ND and mist filter attached to it. So, sorry, I might be out of focus because I keep moving back and forth. Manual lens, you know. And let's move it nice and close so you guys can see again. Boom, boom, boom. So hopefully there should be a difference, and we can do a side by side, like I said, so you guys can see if there's a difference there. That's the ND filter. I mean, the ND, that's the mist filter for you. There you go. So I guess that's my quick introduction to show you guys this product. I think this product is real neat. And if you're similar to me where, you know, you find yourself running around a lot, I think this kit is perfect to have. The fact, I mean, even this case here, being able to have this organization, you've got all your filters in there, you got a lens cover and stuff like that. I mean, this is just so convenient. And when you pick up something like this and drop it into your bag, there's no chance of forgetting certain things. Like the one thing I actually hate the most when it comes to running and gunning, I'm doing this, I always pick up the wrong thread filter for my lenses, or I forget to get one step-up ring. I know really we should just get like one step-up ring for each lens that we use and just keep it on the lens, but I mean, we're humans, man. We forget to do these things all the time. That's my little hindrance I always have. Another thing as well is like, I don't pack enough filters. Like I used one filter one day, I took it out, I used another one another day, and then I end up putting it in my drawers. I end up putting it in, not my drawers, you know, my cupboards, you know, where I keep my camera gear. I put it in a camera bag somewhere else. Next thing you know, I've gone out on the field like today and I'm mixing and matching and I'm losing things. Whereas something like this is handy. It's super dope. I mean, you've got everything in one there. I mean, I can't think of anything else really you would need, apart from if you're trying to do some stylized shoot with some streak filters or something like that. But the fact that you've got a mist filter in here, the fact you've got NDs, the fact you've got circular polarizing all in one is pretty dope. Now, I will make a full review of this kit, probably in depth, talking about if there's any color shifts, is there any like degradation of the image itself. But as far as it goes right now, as I've been testing for the last couple of weeks, it looks pretty nice. There's a slight bit of color shift, but you get that when it comes to a lot of NDs, and it's a shift towards the green tone, which for me is a lot more favorable, but it's not a shift to add any concern, I would say. Like, so far as it goes, it looks on par with other brands of ND filters at this kind of price range. So yeah, it looks pretty cool, but I will do a full in-depth video review of this product soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.